Shalom, 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 shalom. This is son of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua 144 coming to you live again out of Brooklyn, New York. I come week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of the daughter of Babylon, aka known as America, to preach this good news, this gospel to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you so-called speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. I'm going to face the east, and I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the head apostle, elder / bishop in a great millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith, regardless if people hear or forbear. Shalom. Title lesson of this video: never draw back into the world. Never draw back into the world. There's nothing in the world. Never draw back into the world. I'm going to start off with the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So all of the people that went back into the world, who was in this truth, it went right back out into the world, the Lord is not going to have no pleasure in you. He's going to hate your soul. He's going to despise you. He's basically going to neglect you. So all the people that's been back into the world, that been in this truth, I don't know what to tell you. You're doing the wrong thing. Friends with the world is enmity with the Lord. So you don't want to be friends with the world. Let the world be the world. Esau is of the world. 2/3 of our people is in the world. All the other nations is in the world right now. But you got to live by faith. You got to have faith. You got to keep the faith. Without faith, there's no pleasing the Lord if you don't have faith. They have faith in the government. They got faith in the orange man. You know, DJ Trump. They have pleasure in Trump, but they don't got pleasure in the Lord, though. They got pleasure in so-called sleazy Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called white woman. They got pleasure in him. This is verse 39. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. You see, everybody want to be saved, but nobody has faith in this truth. But you got to blame sleazy Esau Edom and 2/3 of our people. They hard-headed, stubborn, stiff-necked, rebellious, you know, heady, high-minded, covetous, boastful, proud. You know, they love the government more than they love the Lord, and that's the problem. They trust in the government more than they trust in the Lord. That's the downfall of this place. Everybody wants to be that gangster, that they got that persona now, like, nah, I'm too gangster for the Lord. Oh, okay. You see how gangster you is when there's a tsunami, an earthquake, a famine of bread, food, water, shortage of food, lack of medication, prescriptions, lack of any sorts of services towards the hospital. Because right here is a hospital. You know what I'm saying? We got Kings County towards this direction. I'm in Brooklyn, if you don't know. Flatbush at that. But you got to live by faith, man. Any man that draw back into the world is not of the Lord. The Lord is not friends with the world. We don't care what the world thinks. We don't care what the world thinks. But lately, family, friends, girlfriend, they will draw you right back into the world because they not into this truth. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be of them that draw back into perdition, because that's the wrong thing to do right now. I have too much wisdom and knowledge to be studying friends, family, girlfriend, sleazy Esau Edom and his so-called kingdom, which is a queendom. You know what I mean? They lust too much in this place. There's too much lust. Sleazy teach you how to be a simp. An Israelite man is supposed to have more than one woman, actually. But they teach you that we're supposed to have one. Not thus said the Bible, not thus said the Lord. But I'm going to jump to the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 62. And Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. Just like Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife? When they was leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, when it was raining fire and brimstone, and her heart, which is her mind, was too caught up on her goods, her fancy dresses, her fancy shoes, or whatever the case may be, her sheep, her cattle, her house, the lust of the place. You understand? So looking back into the world, wrong thing to do right now. Terrible thing to do, actually, Israel. Khan. Shalom. You don't want to draw back into the world. That's perdition. The Lord is not going to have pleasure in your soul. The Lord is not friends with the world. Friends with the world is enmity with the Most High, Yahweh. So being friends, nah. I don't want the world to like me. I don't need friends. What I need is the Lord. I need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, who y'all ignorantly calling God in JC. But you can't look back. Once you got your hand on that plow, I see family, friends. Once you got their hand on that plow, it's like they want me to go back into the world. I can't go back into the world. If I draw back into the world, I'm going to be of the world. I'm going to be doing what they doing. Nothing. Obeying sleazy Esau Edom and following the rest of the world with following these heathens, and they're unto spittle. They're nothing in the eyes of the Lord. These other nations is nothing in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So drawing back, you're not going to be fit for the kingdom. You're going to be unfit. The Lord ain't going to need you. You're going to be rusty. You're going to be filthy. So all of us is a filthy rag in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We all filthy rags. But to draw back, can't draw back into the world. Friends with the world, enmity with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Too many people care of this life right here. Let me get something right quick. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 17. Because people care about their life. They don't care what's after, what comes after life. They're worrying about the now. Everything is now. That's the problem. All people care about is this right here. This. There's more to life than this right here. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. Meaning, if you care about this life right here, and all you care about is the pleasures of life, you're lovers of pleasure more than lovers in the Creator, the Most High Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, that's your downfall. But if you really want to preserve your life, you're going to have to fight for this truth. You're going to have to stand up for this truth. And a lot of our people is not standing up for this truth. They will stand up for sleazy Esau Edom and complain about pulling out scriptures that cut the so-called white man and the so-called white woman, when we talking about Esau, the whole Idumeans, right? Because people, all they care about is saving their life. They love this life. No, please. You got to worry about what's after this life, what comes after. It's a forever place. That's if the Lord let you in, if you get the tree of life. The tree of life is very important. All that you got right now, I see so many people have a lot, passed on, and left everything behind. Their house, their money, their bank account, their clothes, their car, their woman. Even women left their spouse behind, left their husband behind, left their car, their house, their money, their material. All this materialistic stuff, it doesn't matter. See, when you never had nothing, it matters a lot. But when you had a lot, doesn't matter. I've seen so many people come and go. So many friends, so many families. So many friends and family came and go. But drawing back into the world, nah, we can't do that right now. I'm not drawing back into the world. I don't want to be friends with the world. Family, friends, girlfriend, they will draw you back into the world. We're not about that. Women, they deprive of wisdom. Hold on, let me get something based on the world. Because everybody loves the world more than the creator of the world. So let's get something with the world right now. This is the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man? Let that go on by. This is the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Look at these celebrities today. Facts. Look at these celebrities today. They will sell their soul for diamonds and gold. They will sell their soul for diamonds and gold. Bend over and probably give up their own butthole for diamonds and gold. A lot of these rappers is weird. They done been to them Diddy parties. He needs to stay in there. Keep his ass in there. The diddler, did he? He did a lot. The diddler needs to stay in there. We not dealing with that. So what's going to profit you if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? The Lord don't care about your money. He don't care about your materials. He don't care about how much turkeys you gave out for Thanksgiving, which is a pagan holiday. He don't care about that. A lot of people care about money, man. Everything is money, 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 money. I know you need money. You're going to need it. It's a tool. But right now, we don't have gold. We don't have diamonds. That's the real value of money. Gold and diamonds and oil. That's the real value, not this fiat paper, monopoly top hats. You see them top hats? They're going to get what's coming to them. But a lot of people spiritually discern. The ones that spiritually discern, the Lord ain't call them. They reprobates. 1 minute they want to be in the truth, then they don't want to be in the truth. 1 minute they pray, then they don't want to pray. 1 minute they love the Lord, then they don't love the Lord. They only love what they could get. Benefits from the Lord. Wasn't resident that? They don't care what he likes, what he dislikes. People only know the Lord when they want blessings, protection, and to seem holy and to seem godly. That's the only time people know the Lord, you know. When they want money, they want blessings, they want protection, and they want to seem holy. That's the only time they know the Lord. The Lord is not a fool, you know. Don't mind these other nations. They nose is up their ass right now. But they're going to eat their own shit soon. You don't want to be spiritually discerned. This is the first book of Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahushua, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. You don't want to be spiritually discerned. You want to have wisdom and knowledge. Isaiah 33 and verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. You see, people got wisdom and knowledge of what sleazy Esau Edom wants, the so-called white man, the orange man, DJ Trump, whatever he wants or whatever what the government wants, this is what everybody knows. But when it comes to these words and it comes to these holy scriptures and it comes to the Bible, they lack a lot of wisdom. But they say they know the Lord. Oh, I know the Lord. The Lord knows my heart. Oh, the Lord knows your heart. In the Bible, in the scriptures, your heart is wicked. The Lord knows your heart is wicked, which is your mind. Not that little artery in your chest. Sleazy Esau Edom been teaching a lot of backwards stuff. Backwards. Teaching you a lot of backwards stuff. That's not your heart. That's just a regular artery in your chest. Your heart is your mind. Your mind. Because when all your arteries stop, your brain is still functioning. When your body stops, everything's, when you pass on and you die, your body stops, but your brain is still moving. Your brain is still functional. You don't want to be spiritually discerned in this world, lacking wisdom and knowledge. Isaiah 33:6. A lot of people have wisdom of the world, but they don't have wisdom with the Lord. That's the downfall with a lot of people. They smart when it comes to everything else, but when it comes to the scriptures, they lack a lot of wisdom. Let me get another one. This is good right here. Hold on. This is the first book of Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 19. For wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Oh, so you think you smart. Or you think you know it all. Man, I don't want to hear that. Man, I ain't got time for that. I don't want to hear that. These brothers preaching. I ain't got time to hear that. Man, I got to get this bag, son. Man, I'm too smart, man. The Lord knows my heart. I'm too smart. The Lord knows my heart. He knows the heart, which is your mind, is desperately wicked. Desperately wicked. You're going to go Google that. If you can't find that scripture, go Google it. Take the time out and go research. But wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Lord. The Lord created all this. He know everything already. He know what you're going to do before you even do it. Man's goings is of the Lord.
You going back upstairs? You going back to the home?
So wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Verse 20. And again, the Lord knows their thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. A lot of people is vainly right now, fleshly. All they care about is the flesh. Vainly right now. They call us the bum camp. How? I'm building the treasures up in the kingdom. I see everybody died, came and go, brought to deletion, come and go. They left their money, their bank account, their car, their house behind. The new Jordans been left behind. That new outfit that you just bought, they left that behind. Gone. Gone. All that money left behind. Michael Jackson had a lot of money. Where his money? Where he at? Michael Jackson had a lot of money. He literally had giraffes in his house. He had a lot of money. He didn't take none of that. I never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. Shout out to Denzel Washington. I never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. But the cares of this life, nah. Gotta be smart. People worry about this life, not worrying about the life after this life. You know what I'm saying? This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. And so that day come upon you unawares. You don't, nobody knows when the Lord is going to get back. Not even his son. Not even his only begotten son, Yahushua, who y'all ignorantly call as Jesus. There's no letter J in the ancient Paleo Hebrew language. There's no letter J. There's no letter U. There's no letter E. We speak in a bastard's tongue right now. They done whooped our language out of us in captivity so we can speak English. It's not our original language. This is the bastard's tongue. Thus said the Lord. Thus said the Holy Bible. Thus said the scriptures. Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatam unto you. Shalom. But worrying about the cares of this life, nobody knows when the Father is coming back. Not even the Son. Let's get that right now. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And this is red letter. This is Mashiach Yahushua Bashim Yahushua. God, what's up? Shalom. Nobody knows the day. Nobody knows the hour. Not even the holy angels in heaven, and not even his only son knows the day or the hour. Only the Father. So you got to be on point. We living in latter days right about now. We living in the last days right now. You got war, rumors of war, sedition amongst men, ICE running down on the northern kingdom right now. The Latino tribes is being bothered. Hermano being bothered. You know what I'm saying? That's straight facts right now. Even though they don't think they are Israelite, but once they do their research, they will find out that they are Israelite. Let's get this right here. Because we living in the latter days, man. The world going to see something they never seen before. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse 21. For there shall be great tribulation, not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor shall be. It's going to be a fact. You see how Noah had the flood and they had to run into the ark. You see how Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, when it was raining fire and brimstone from the sky. Man, what's coming right now? The world can't even imagine what the Lord about to do. It's about to be the final showdown, the final last of the last, the final showdown. It's about to get real spooky out here. Doom and gloom, very gloomy, very spooky. Shout out to Elder Hawar, man, out there. Carolina, man. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatham. Unto you and your household and all the others out there that believe in this truth and pushing this truth. You know what I mean? Because it's about to get real spooky. But those that don't know the name of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And thus said the Lord, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Look what's going on. Man upon man, woman on top of woman. We living in Sodom and Gomorrah right now. We living in some nasty, dangerous times right now. Women don't even like men no more. They'll rather be with their best friend. Talking about that's their friend, their best friend. Whole time that's their woman. Woman on woman. Disgusting. Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hard hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have any pity. So when the Lord sent them death angels to swoop up a lot of the people on the left-hand side, 2/3 of our people, Jake the snake, Eve that like to deceive, 2/3 of our people, they're going to die. They're going to stay here and die. You know why they're going to stay here and die? They love this place. Everything is fun. I don't see the word fun in the Bible. Where is the word F-U-N, fun, in the Bible? The word fun is not in the Bible. And on top of that, we don't have time for none of this. Our people been here so long and don't own anything. They don't own no T-Mobile. They don't own no Samsung. They don't own no iPhone. They don't own no Optimum. They don't own no Verizon. They don't own no polling spring. They don't own nothing. They don't own no what? Internet service? Nothing. You don't own no HP. You don't own no Apple. You don't own nothing in this place. Shalom. What's up, King? And that's what bothers me, that we've been here so long as a nation of people putting in work, and they still despise us. Right now, we should be owning the NBA. As much as Jordan done slam dunk, we should own the NBA right now. As much as Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders put in that work, we should own the NFL right now. We built this place. Our ancestors built this off of the bloodshed and our backs of so-called blacks, of the Israelite man. We built this. But you know, sleazy Esau Edom, the so-called white man and white woman, who you ignorantly call as white, which is an Edomite, damn sure know who you is, but do you know who you are? Do you even have faith in your history? A lot of people don't believe, man. They don't believe in this word. They just think it's a book filled with words. Oh, okay. Just like in Sodom and Gomorrah in the times of Noah, they thought the same thing. We gotta believe. If you don't have faith, the Lord is not gonna have no pleasure in you. You're gonna draw back into perdition. And any man that draw back into perdition, your soul is gonna be despised by the Most High. This is the first book of Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in the word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. People say they believe in the Lord. They only believe in the Lord is when the Lord bless them with money. Oh, thank you, Lord. I got the bag now. When they get the money, they forget about him. They don't even want to seek him 10 times more. They don't want to seek the Lord after they get what they want. They only know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, who you ignorantly call as God in JC, because I'm not even going to mention that name. There's no such thing as Jesus. It's Yahweh Shah. When you understand Hebrew and you speak Hebrew, because everybody in the book are Hebrew, let's get that. Let's go to the book of Romans. The book of Malachi? Shout out to you, man. Come on. Shalom. But like I was saying, they Hebrews. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid. For I am also an Israelite. Let's read that again. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So you want to say the Lord not an Israelite? You see these people? TikTok and dancing and doing this and Chris Brown challenge and nonsense. Hand them the Bible and I bet you they can't dance with the scriptures. They can't navigate the Bible, but they can navigate their fingers and scoff and mock on TikTok. But I got a scripture for all the scoffers and the mockers. Let's get that right quick. For all the scoffers and the mockers and the kiki and the kaka, where something go wrong with you and the Lord ordained something to go wrong with you, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to take place. You don't know what's going to happen next week, and you ain't going to know what's going to happen next month. But all you scoffers and mockers and kaka and thinking these other nations could get in, nah. But all you scoffers and mockers, the Lord got something for you. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27 and verse 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall in wait for them. So vengeance for all you scoffers and mockers, the Lord is coming back like a lion. Coming back like a lion. Nobody knows the day. Nobody knows the hour. But all the scoffing and the mocking and the angry faces, I don't give a damn about that. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to fight for the Lord. Let's get that. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 94. Let's get that. You see, people will join the so-called white man's army, sleazy Esau Edom and his government, and join the army. They really only want the army because they want benefits. They want that new Hellcat. They want that new Charger. They want the benefits. I get it, but I'm glad I never went. They want to stand up and fight for this military that always been racist and been calling you a ninja your whole life, an N-I-G-G-A your whole life, but yet they want you to sign up and fight for them. But you won't stand up and fight for the Lord? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? See our people? They too busy partying and bullshit. That's all they know is the party and bullshit. But they won't fight for the Lord. They ain't gonna fight for the Lord. They ain't gonna put in work for the Lord. They ain't gonna stiff arm sleazy Esau Edom, who they so-called call the white man and a white woman. They ain't gonna lay their foot down on their neck. They not gonna put their foot down on their neck. But when it comes to brothers that look like me or look like you, they ready to bicker and fight and go back and forth with each other. That's that house nigga mentality. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that over here. You know how many brothers and sisters put in work and we still at the bottom? It's annoying. We should be owning a lot more stuff, having more control. But hey, it is what it is. This is the Lord's movie. Let sleazy Esau Edom rot for now. Because in the end, he's going to rot for real. Who's this? Yo, New Jerusalem, what's up, 144? Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shabbat unto you and your household. Shalom. We got to stand up. Who's going to rise up and speak for Yahweh, who y'all ain't going to call as God? These other nations ain't going to teach us our true biblical rights and nationality. They too busy singing and dancing in the churches. Woe unto you pastors. Let me grab that. Because these churches is lying. And the Lord don't dwell in temples made with hands. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. Thus said the Lord. All these pastors, pork eating, bald headed, shaved face, talking about you can bless your food. The law, statutes, and commandments is done away with. Just pray over your food. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. We're not going to draw back in perdition, going back into the world, because we got to leave the world behind. Anything go wrong, I done store my treasures in the heavens. Let's get that. You got to set your affections above the earth right now. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 2. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. That's facts. Because right now, all we worry about is our money, light bill, gas bill. You see what that's what the government is worried about. But true men of the Lord don't really care about your money. He don't want your money. He don't care about the offering plate. Keep up with mommy. Don't look back.
Right.
Keep looking forward. When you're driving, you gotta look forward. Take care, sis. You're welcome. Facts like Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot's wife, for example. When they was ready to leave up out of there, fire and brimstone was raining out of the sky. It was the time to leave, and she looked back. The Lord don't dwell in temples made with hands, man. We got to set our affections above the earth. Store our treasure in the heavens right now. Hold on, let me get that. Nothing wrong with money. Nothing wrong with money. Nothing is wrong with money at the end of the day. It's only a tool. And we're not even touching real money. Gold, oils, and diamonds is real money. So if you got fiat, you just on a Monopoly board playing Monopoly. That's all. You don't really got gold. You ain't got diamonds. You ain't got oil. You ain't really got money. Paper money is losing its value. Everything's going digital. We gonna get money, but I'm not gonna set my heart upon my riches, man. We're not gonna do that. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 62 and verse 10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. So I'm not gonna set my heart upon the riches right now. I'm not going to do that. Everybody got their heart, which is their mind, on money. Let me have a big church. Let's say if I had a big church, fancy church, and I'm globally known, and I'm driving the fanciest cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and I'm the most fancy, most popular pastor. Everybody will be tuned in, listening. These pastors are scattering the flock of his pastor. Yo, they scattering the flock of the Lord's pasture right now. See, without this wisdom, you're going to be dumbed down. You're going to be dumbed down. They got wisdom of the government because everything's still up and running. But you see, the shutdown is it's a small drop in the bucket. It's a sign. It's subliminally showing you that one day it's going to be a complete shutdown. It's going to be a shutdown one day. Eventually, we're going to have to sit down, shut up, and obey what's upstairs. The government knows what's up there. Wisdom is better, man. I'd rather have wisdom and knowledge than to look like I'm smart. I'd rather be smart than to look like I'm smart. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. You can have all that money. You can have all that money. You can have the bag, and you is nothing. You can have that money, and you are nothing. People ain't gonna have to respect you. You can have money, and people still don't respect you. Wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is where the real respect is at. The Lord don't care about your little paper money. He owns everything. He owns oxygen. You see that sun? If that sun don't arise, we're going to freeze to death down here. He owns that. How about that? So all that money and da-da-da-da-da, we the bum camp and we bums, and you can keep talking that. The Lord know you really a bum, and you're not going to really make it in the time of the latter days. When judgment unfold and you don't know the true names of the Heavenly Father, who you call as God and JC, you'll see. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. That's a fact. Riches. Salakia, let me get some water. Riches profit. Riches. Righteousness delivers you from death. Not your money, not your bag, not your friends, not your family. You got to seek your own salvation with fear and trembling. Nobody could get you in there but you. Nobody could get you in there but you. Nobody could get you in there but you. You got to seek the Lord with fear and trembling. That's the problem with people. They don't fear the Lord right now. They think they gangster. I'm gangster. Yeah, all right. What the government gonna do? You see them continental ballistic missiles, them ICBM missiles, the warheads. That can't stop the Lord. There's gonna be a real Independence Day. You're gonna try to pull a Will Smith, Sleazy E, but it ain't gonna work. You're gonna try to fight against the Lord, but it ain't gonna work. Keep trying to do that. Don't mind these other nations, Israel. Trust me. Fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Let's get that. This is Psalms chapter 19 and verse 9. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. So it's best to fear the Lord. Because when you don't fear the Lord, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to come out. You ain't got the heart to come outside and teach. Where's your works at? They get up on TikTok. They talk. They scoff. They mock. They go on these podcasters, these other Israelite groups. They go on podcasters to debate the words of the Lord and to talk to people that don't even put in no work. They not even on the hedges and highways and byways teaching, doing nothing. Doing nothing. The Lord is watching, you know, who's really doing something. But a lot of our people, they will do everything the government say. But when it comes to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, nah, they ain't doing none of that. But they want to get in, though. They only know the Lord when they want blessings, protection, and to seem godly. But they nasty. Not everybody going to make it anyway. It's a small remnant. So they can play, they can live their life. They got to come through the loins and the grinds of the elect. When we multiply in the kingdom, when we get 7 wives, and we got our crown, and we living good, and we reestablish the earth under righteousness, yeah, maybe you might come back in. Maybe. One thing, though, I'm not going to be equally yoked with unbelievers. Cannot do that. Why be equally yoked with unbelievers? This is why friends, family, girlfriends, associates in the world, people that you associate yourself with, it's just associate that, you know, you commonly speak, you know what I mean, you will converse and have a dialect with. Those are the ones we're going to get rid of. The Lord is going to get rid of these people. They act like they love the Lord. They act like they know the Lord, but they don't know the Lord. They don't. Why be equally yoked with unbelievers? Not me. I'm going to stay unequally yoked with non-believers. I can't be equally yoked with them. They're going to draw me back into the world. All they want to do is smoke all day, chase women all day. Women, all they want to do is show off their body. Like nobody never saw a woman's body before. Ain't nothing new with that. Come on. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? So if they want to be YNs, we YNs. You know the government is about to recruit y'all and force y'all into the third woke, World War III. The third woke, all you YNs with the sticks and gangsters and nobody can't tell me nothing. Y'all the first ones they're gonna have on the lineup. They're gonna force you. And if you run, you can run all you want and try to hide. There's cameras everywhere. You're gonna leave digital trails everywhere. You can't run, you can't hide. But you see, us, I'd rather die for the Lord. I'd rather fight for the Lord. I'd rather stand up for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, before I stand up for sleazy Esau Edom. Any day. Any day. Any day. Can't be equally yoked with them, man. They don't believe. They don't care. That's the problem, our people. They don't have no fear of the Lord. Too much pride. Our people got mad pride right now. Nah, nigga, I ain't got time. I don't want to hear that. They got too much pride. A lot of our people got too much pride right now. Well, thus said the Lord, pride come before destruction and a haughty spirit before fall. Let's get that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Just like Sleazy E. I don't want to hear y'all. The Lord looked like me. Thus said the Edomite. The so-called white man and white woman, the Edomite. Yeah. They got a lot of pride right now. My government's still up and running. I ain't trying to hear y'all. Like, my government's still up and running. But you see criminal things happening, shut down. They're going to issue in a new, it's going to be a whole new system, payment system. They're getting us used to PayPal, cryptocurrency, Cash App, Coinbase. I'm into those stuff. I know what time it is. I know what it's leading to. And I am not taking that charagma. I refuse to take that chip. I'd rather be sent to a concentration camp. I'd rather starve before I take that chip, that mark of the beast. Because the hour of temptation is around the corner. Everything's going digital right now. Everybody used to Bitcoin, like I said, Cash App, PayPal, Coinbase. Yeah, we does that. That ain't nothing new. Been there since 2008, 2009. Everybody know. I've been in Miami. Miami know me. They know me. We've been there. We did that already. Money ain't everything. Real talk. That charagma. Let's jump to that right now. Let's go to the book of Revelation. And people keep thinking that's some shit that's just made up. Right now, UK, the United Kingdom, has their digital IDs. It ain't gonna be no more physical ID. The United Kingdom is like the head of America. Whatever the head does, the tail does, right? When you move your head, your body moves with it, right? Right. So wisdom is what's needed right now. Wisdom. Let's get that in Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So sleazy Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he knows he has nothing but a short time. That hour of temptation is around the corner. It's right there. Everything's digital. I don't have to really go to the dealership. That I'll pull up and drive it off the lot. Oh, what they got? A Carvana? They could deliver the car to me. Everybody's getting lazy today. Laziness. That's why everything is going digital. But you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to take that right here in your right hand, on your forehead. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to do that very soon. Very soon. Let's get that. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causes all, both in small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's that charagma, meaning a mark. That charagma, meaning that mark, that RFID chip, that C-hip, that MO to the B, people ain't gonna eat. They having fun now until it's at their door knocking. Till you see National Guards outside and everybody lined up. You can't go to your job. Your employer telling you, you need to take this in order for us to continue to work together. You're going to have to take your charagma to get your paycheck, pay your light bill, pay your gas bill. But I'd rather be smart. Wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Lord. The Lord is laughing at the world right now. He's not coming back to hand out Skittles, ice cream, and sprinkles. He's not coming back to kiss nobody's ass, sit down, and try to make everybody come together. The Lord coming back to kill. Thus said the Lord, the Holy Bible. These churches ain't teaching nothing right now. Let's get that. Let's go to, matter of fact, let's get that. They think the Lord is sweet. The Lord ain't coming back to bring peace. He ain't coming back to talk to you. He coming back to kill you. He put in a lot of work. He built this. Man and woman, even the vessel that we dwell in. The Lord built the body, the fingers, the ears, the nose, the brain. You lucky to have a brain right now. The Lord not coming back to bring peace. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I came to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The Lord coming back to bring slaughter. 2/3 of our people, Jake the Snake, all you YNs that doing the sturdy, and you so-called YBs. You like YB. YB about to get slewed by the Lord too. The Lord is setting up his death. Man's goings is of the Lord. Remember that. He's not coming back to make peace. He's not coming back to hang out. He ain't coming back to hug you and kiss you. He ain't doing none of that. So don't think that, oh, the day of the Lord is going to be nice. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be sweet. Let's get that. Let me show you the Lord is not about that. Let's get his book. Let's get his book. Let's get his words. And let's see what's up with the Lord right now. These churches ain't teaching these scriptures, man. They done signed documents, government paperwork, government documents to teach only a little bit of truth, not 100%. So the day of the Lord ain't going to be nothing nice. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 8. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. To say that again. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So you think it's going to be sunny, bright, tropical, the Lord coming down to bring a chair and sit next to you, hug it out, talk about it's all right, pat on the back. The Lord ain't coming to hug you and kiss you. Who you? You ain't put in no work. You ain't even create the seed to put a tree up. Who you? Who are you? So these people in these churches, these Christian people, bugged out. They only teach a little bit of truth, not 100%, because they done signed documents with the wicked, known as the so-called white man, Easy-E, Sleazy E, Esau, Edom, these Edomites. They having a good time lying in these churches, singing. Nothing wrong with singing to the Lord. But all you doing is singing and you not prophesizing. The Lord said you're supposed to bring prophecy. You're supposed to prophesy. Nothing but hypocrites in these churches. Hypocrites. Liars. The day of the Lord ain't nothing nice. I'm going to jump down to verse 20. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? So if you think the Lord is going to be nice, the sun is always going to be shining, it's going to be nice, it's going to be beautiful, it's all good. The Lord not coming back to bring peace, but a sword. He coming out with a sword, a spiritual, not a physical sword, a spiritual sword that looks like a sword. It looks physical, but it's a spiritual sword. Meaning famine, death, destruction, pestilence, earthquakes, hurricanes, uproar, sedition amongst men and people. You see what ICE is doing right now. You so-called Negroes, you so-called black people. It's a wrap. When ICE start knocking at the door, they're gonna be looking for us, brothers. Sisters out there that have been neglecting us, we're not gonna deal with them in the hard times. We're not dealing with none of them. When they lose their money, they lose their car, there's no more pads, there's no more Revlon, there's no Maybelline, ain't none of that shit sweet no more. And they smelling like fish, and they smelling like soybeans, we're not dealing with them no more. When judgment is knocking at their door, we're not dealing with women no more. Let them have fun. They independent, leave them alone. Leave them alone right now. Let the receipts build up. Let the receipts build up. Because in the day of heaviness, in the day of trouble, women is going to be seeking a man of the Lord with wisdom. All these men that they have babies with, they don't know anything but the world. All they know is to report to a job, clock in, clock out. Oh, Whatever the so-called white man and white woman want, that's all they know. Freedom of speech is about to be removed right about now. This word, the Holy Bible, a lot of people is going to get locked up for this. So if I got to be part of the persecution, so be it. But the day of the Lord ain't going to be nothing sweet. Let me get one more. I'm going to go to the book of Zephaniah. A lot of our people think the day of the Lord is going to be nice. It's going to be sweet. The day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not going to be sweet. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and it hastens greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man, shall cry bitterly. So all these YNs, all the biggest man like Shaq. You see how big Shaquille O'Neal is? You see how big Shaq is? Shaquille O'Neal is? Big men like that is going to be weeping in that day. Crying, holding the loins, which is their stomach, is going to be crying like children. The mighty man shall cry bitterly, thus said the Lord. So all these YNs and listening to that garbage music, they don't even speak properly. They're not even lyrically rapping. They don't got no lyrical game in them. It's just wait, you never see them they would never make it in Rap City, the basement. They would never go on Hot 97 and do a real freestyle. It just blue-biggy-buggity-ba. True story. Excuse me, sister, I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love yours too.
Oh, thank you. But this new music is destroying the minds of our people right now. It's self-destruction at its finest right now. When drill music first came out, they were supposed to ban that. You got nothing but guns in the video. Wait, hold on. Who manufactured the guns? Who made the Ruger? Who made the Smith & Wesson? Not no black man. Not no so-called black man or black woman. Self-destruction at its finest. This new music, it don't even make any sense no more. But the day of the Lord, nothing but darkness. Nothing, no light, but darkness. I'm going to jump down to verse 15. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. You see how it's kind of cloudy right now? Right now it's kind of cloudy. But that day, the sun is not going to bring forth its light. It's going to be dark. Every eye shall see the Lord. Every eye shall see. Even the ones that pierced him is going to see. That spaceship, you see that Farza ship that they call so-called as UFOs? They showed, all right, let's get straight to the point. The sun, you could fit over 1,000 Earths in the sun. And the sun looked like a marble to the Farza ship. See Hollywood? I don't like Hollywood. It's nothing but weirdos in Hollywood. We already know that. So why are you going to believe a weirdo and what they promote and what they teach? Think about that. Just think. Think about that. Hollywood is full with weirdos. And anything that they push and promote, you gonna believe it? Who's gonna listen to a weirdo? Hollywood is nothing but filthiness, weirdness, corruption, and nothing but weirdos. So who's gonna listen to a weirdo? You know what's in them chariots? Brothers that look like me and you. They despise our image anyway. They call us monkeys in slavery, right? They call us all sorts of wickedness, lies, made up names, terrible names they gave us in slavery. Terrible names. So you going to believe the enemy and not believe the Father or his only begotten Son? Sad. We live in a sad world today. Very sad. Let's talk about the chariots of the Lord right quick. Every eye shall see him, even the ones that pierced him. Every eye. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in cloud with power and great glory. The Lord is coming back in power and great glory. NASA literally showed the father ship passing the sun and made the sun look like a marble. Literally, the sun that gave you daylight looked like a marble to the father ship, which you ignorantly call as UFO. There ain't no such thing as a mothership. See, you see Hollywood? They try to feminize the black man. They will do anything to make us look like small, mediocre, weak, feminine. They always trying to degrade the so-called black man, the Israelite man. Esau is really the feminine. They promote man on man. They promote woman on woman. They promote this filthiness. That's their nature. So trying to feminize us, we're not having that. Masculinity comes from the so-called black man, the Israelite man. Man in general, testosterone. We have nuts. We're not tucking our nuts in. Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. My bad. Had to spit, wipe my face a little bit. Know what I'm saying? They try to feminize us black men, trying to make us weak. Then they use our women. Our women is the dumb. Yo, let me tell you something. You see them? You see them, they love no good men. I know why. I know why. Because you're glorified and trying. You see Serena Williams? You see what happened to her? You see all of them? Everything is blonde hair now. Let's speak about the blonde hair, the yellow thin hair in the book of Leviticus. Let's go to the book of Leviticus. They want to be Becky so bad, knowing Becky is at the bottom of their foot. These other nations ain't nothing, bro. Let's get that. These other nations ain't shit. Liars, criminals, so-called pirates of the Caribbeans, the ones that would quit the cave dwellers, the ones that used to walk on fours. We taught them how to cook. We taught them how to clean, how to bring civilization to what they have right now. And you know what they did? Stole everything. But we went off. Just because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, and we went off from the Lord, that's why. These other nations ain't nothing. Let's get that. Because these other nations think there's something when they're not. They in everybody else's culture except for their own. The so-called white man and the so-called white woman is in everybody else's culture except for their own. They brought everybody here to despise them. As much work as we put in as a nation, we still at the bottom. Make no sense right now. The Lord despised these other nations. Let me get that. Because I can back up everything I'm saying with a scripture and throughout history. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest, Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing. Let's read that again. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from the vessel. That's a fact. Nothing. Unto spittle means spit. Bottom of your shoe, like a piece of gum. Spit. Spittle. Google it. The Lord made the world for our sake. His children, the 12 children of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. The children of Israel. There is no other nation that could get inside of what we have. Point blank. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. So these other nations, mediocre to the Lord, as a drop from a vessel. Like, you know, when you sweat, you ain't worry about that little sweat that drop off your body, off your vessel. These other nations ain't nothing. Unto spittle, spit, bottom of your shoe. Verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. These other nations is filled with vanity. Pride. They proud right now that we at the bottom right now. They are prideful, arrogant, covetous, boastful, heady, high-minded. Man, I tell you, these other nations don't give a damn about us. Even Michael Jackson knew that. And Michael Jackson he knew all the Edomites. But it's going to come a time. It's going to come a time. There's going to come a time where the Lord is going to separate all the nations. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 25. I'm going to read it right now. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. I'm going to jump down to verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. So all these other nations that think they could be accepted in everything that we have, every time, true story, hypocrites, propaganda. These other nations are liars and criminals and thieves, pushing false doctrine, especially the Amalekites. I see an Amalekite walking across the street. They always run from us every time we bring out prophecy. We bring prophecy because we're not scared over here. We're not scared. The Lord said, don't be scared. Speak up. Because when he pull up, it's going down. Matter of fact, let's get on the small tops. Let's get on the small hatters right quick. Because you know they damn well liars. Esau ain't that tough. You know they were quick to dial 911 as soon as you punch them in the lip. But this is not a physical fight. It's a spiritual battle. But the Lord is going to divide the nations when he get back. And it's going to expose who is who and what is what. Let's talk about the small hatters right quick. The small tops. What's up, sister? Shalom to you. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9 right real quick. How long I've been on? All right. An hour and 20 minutes. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. They can't get mad. This is the words of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly call as God and JC. The Lord knows our poverty. He knows our tribulation. But he knows the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. Amalek could keep lying. They could keep lying all they want. We're going to bring the word out in season, out of season. Hey, Romigo. What's up, Romano? Hold on, I'm trying to find it right now. Wait. Let me go back down. I'm gonna find it, y'all. Salakia, bear with me. Here we go. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said Amalek was the first of the nations. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So you see these small toppers, they're going to perish. They're going to have their little run right now. They have their turn. They're having their fun right now. But in the latter end, they're going to perish forever. And we're going to be back on top. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Holy Bible. According to prophecy. Because as you can see, all they doing is blowing each other up. Warring, dropping missiles. It's supposed to be peace in Israel. And the Father and his only begotten Son is supposed to be in there right now. But where they at? Nowhere to be found. Because they are not the true children of Israel. Let's get this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. The Lord loved us. He know damn well they not the real children of Israel. They on stolen land right now, just like America. Didn't they come here and deceive the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, which are the Gadites listed in the 12 tribes of Israel in the Bible? They deceived the Native Americans. They came here, partied, hanged out, ate food, wait till they was asleep, and then slaughtered them in their sleep. Raped their women, watered them down. That's why you see a lot of them Native Americans look real light skinned. They've been watered down. But you see, they building stuff. They putting up buildings so they feel confident. Oh yeah, y'all gonna sit right there doing what y'all do. We continuing to build, but the Lord said he's gonna destroy this place. Destruction is coming. Destruction is coming. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. As you see today, they putting up everything. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So they could keep building. The Lord is going to throw down and destroy this place eventually. You got war stirring up right now. You got war. Right now, nuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, warheads, ICBM missiles is pointed in this direction right now. As I preach, as you sleep, as you go to work, whatever you do, missiles is pointed in this direction. And then a flip of a switch and a push of a button, things could go down at any second. Let's talk about that right now. Right now, it's rumors of war. It's a lot of war brewing up. Let's get that. Bear with me, bear with me. Let me get this right quick. Because it's a lot to go through with this right here. Let me get that right quick. I'm going to just jump to the book of 2nd Esdras and get straight to the point. Con. Yup. As you see, ISIS, what they did to Chicago. Late night in Chicago, what ICE was doing. Late night in Chicago, what ICE was doing. Man, listen. They didn't care if you was fully dressed. They didn't care what you was doing. Barriers through your door. Boom. Dragging people out of their houses. They didn't care who you was, what was going on. They didn't care if your wife was fully covered or fully dressed. They didn't care if you even had on your boxes. But this is what's going to come. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man, hold on, Salakia. Let all this noise pollution go. This pollution. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For pride, because of pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So all the biggest, toughest, most hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. My bad, y'all. All right. I'm gonna close out. I got something important to do, so I'm gonna have to close out. But y'all get what I'm saying? Nothing but sedition amongst men. ICE is invading Chicago right now. But eventually they'll be in New York messing around. So all this freelancing and kaka and YN da 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 da, and everybody thinking they macho and mighty. You want to see who's macho and mighty? They ain't serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Who they ignorantly call as God and JC, they'll see. Only the men of the Lord is going to be standing up in that day. But all these ones on the sideline, screwing up their faces, angry at us for teaching the word, they're going to fold up. They're going to balled up and be weak in that day. I'm going to pull out one more precept, and I'm going to close out. These YNs big and bad now, but they're going to be the first online to go fight for the third World War III. Trump really about to shit on the so-called Negroes right about now. There ain't going to be no hanging out. You're going to have National Guards. You're going to have tanks. You're going to have military in the street. So all that tough guy shit is going to be out the window. Be tough with them. Be tough with the military when it comes out. Hold on, let me get one more precept and I'm gonna close out. Brothers ain't tough. You ain't serving the Lord, you weak. You ain't tough. You ain't about that life. We put our life on the line for the Lord. You know that? You put your life on your line for stupid shit. The Lord is going to look at you when you get upstairs. You died for this stupid shit? Not even for me? He He ain't hearing you. You stay over there. Eventually, that hour of temptation is coming to fall on the face of the earth. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. But with that, I pray this video is edifying to the hopeful elect. I'm going to face the east and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the head apostle, elder / bishop in the great millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith, regardless if people here or forbear. Shalom. Shalom to the elect and to the elect only. Shalom.